Shannon Sharpe's fall from grace is one for the books, right? He was on such a high. He was flying high, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. And now he is Claude, have mercy. Elon Musk said that he is stepping away from the Trump administration. Why? Why? Oh, because he's not getting his way. That's what I believe, but we'll talk about his reasoning. And then we have Trump. Trump said, "I'm a pardon everybody that I think will bring me some more votes, who I think will bring me a little bit more attention." Let's talk. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are gathered here today for another edition of Look at This Here, which is my take on hot topics, celebrity gossip, pop culture, all that type of stuff. If you enjoy this type of content, if you enjoy me and you have not yet subscribed, do me a favor, hit that here we go. Hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, leave your comments down below. Let's talk about these three topics. As always, I'm going to try to stick to 20 minutes or less. Sometimes I get long-winded and it's a little more, but that's okay. All right. Let's start off with Elon, okay? Elon Musk, your neighborhood Tesla owner, okay? So, tech billionaire Elon Musk, who was granted special government employee status to lead the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, I believe is what they called it, said late last night, Wednesday evening, that his time in the Trump administration has come to an end. During his time helming Doge, Musk oversaw major cuts to the federal workforce as part of the Trump administration's efforts to reduce federal spending. Okay. So he took to Twitter, he took to X and said, as my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. Okay. The Doge mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government. So Elon Musk, who was limited to only working 130 days, will begin the offboarding process, which essentially includes paperwork. Sign some shit, sorry, and say that you done. So in the past weeks, we've seen that Elon has become kind of stepping away from government type stuff, including SpaceX, because we got to protect space. Y'all know we got to protect space, okay? So including SpaceX and Tesla. So he has struggled, which have struggled in result of his, being up in the Trump administration. And we've seen the hit that Tesla has taken. Now, I don't follow the stocks super, super closely. So I know that there were some people that were saying that Tesla stocks were rising. Some were saying they were plummeting. Y'all let me know if you are like truly into stocks and all that type of stuff. But the interesting thing about this is how many people were like trading in their Teslas. They don't want to have anything else to do with it. They didn't want to support it. Y'all know Elon was doing the most when he was on the campaign, right? So his post, which says that he's going to be stepping back from Doge and all that stuff, comes after Elon, Trump's money man, raised concerns about Trump spending his sweeping tax and spending cuts package, which, Trump is calling that big, beautiful bill. I said, oh, Lord. Oh, God, what's beautiful about it? Because to my understanding, when I read it, it only helps the wealthy. But hey, what do I know? I'm middle class. So what do I know, right? So Elon said in an interview with CBS Sunday Morning that he believes that the US budget deficit and undercut efforts, or excuse me, wait. Hold on, let me get this quote correct for somebody come in and say I got it wrong. He believes that Trump's big beautiful bill will raise the US budget deficit and undercut the efforts by Doge. Elon said that he has worked hard to get this shit down, and Trump's big beautiful bill is going to ruin it. So and this is a quote, I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decreases it and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing. I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but I don't know if it can be both. So, as we know, Trump's big, beautiful bill includes trillions of dollars in tax cuts and a big boost to the U.S. military and to national security spending, largely paid for by overhauls to federal health and nutrition programs and cuts to energy programs. Now, was this the bill that had Elmo? Submitted his resume to LinkedIn. Y'all had Elmo out here, but Elmo is a baby. Had Elmo all stressed and whatnot. Jesus. So, the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates that the bill will pile another $3.8 trillion to the deficit. That's a lot of pesos. That's a lot of dollars. Like, we can't afford that here, but let's keep going. Trump brushed off Elon's comments and said that the bill does not contain enough cuts, saying that he expected more changes to the legislation as it goes through the Senate. So he thinks that once it gets to the Senate, they're going to really do some more slashing, okay? Slicing and dicing. Trump also said that he's not happy with every part of the bill and that there will be negotiations with it. Senator Mike Johnson on Wednesday also signaled that the House Republicans are eager and ready to formalize spending cuts based on Doge's findings as soon as Trump's team makes the official request to Congress. Musk has been in charge of Doge for just 4 months. We have only been in this presidency for 4 months, y'all. But Doge has upended the federal government. At least 120,000 federal workers were laid off or targeted for layoffs in Trump's first 100 days, and thousands more took buyout offers. Federal grants and programs have been slashed and then at times reinstated after court challenges because our dumbass in the office don't know what he can and cannot do. The current administration has also been vague about the size of Doge and the scope of his efforts after Musk departs. So we don't know what's going to happen with Doge. We don't know who's going to lead it. We don't know what is going to continue to go forth with this, probably because they asses don't know what is going to happen. So CNN also reported that Katie Miller, who is a top advisor and spokesperson for Doge, has also left her position and is now working with Elon, according to three sources, three of them that are familiar with the matter. She did not respond to requests for comment. And a separate White House spokesperson did not immediately respond to the request for comment either. I always feel like, there's some shit going on when they don't want to respond to it. So, as Elon steps back from the current administration, he announced last week that he plans to spend a lot less money on politics in the future. But it's still not clear whether the remarks signal any change in his pledge to commit $100 million into political groups controlled by Trump. So he previously spent more than $290 million to help get Trump and the GOP congressional candidates elected in November, when they rigged and stole the election. I'll say it, but Musk linked groups also shelled out more than $20 million on a Wisconsin Supreme Court race earlier this year that he lost because we're not playing that shit up here. Okay. So let me know what y'all think about this. Now, personally, me myself, this is what I think. Okay. I think that Elon and Musk have been going head to head. We know that a lot of people were saying that Elon was the president to get under Trump's skin. We know that it worked, but for him to come out and 4 months later, y'all already beefing. Good God. What I think is going to happen is that Trump is going to say some shit to Elon. Elon's going to get mad, and Elon is going to say, you know what? I'm going to blow all this shit up. I'm going to blow it all up, and Elon's going to tell everybody how his software that he was over was in the voting machines, and that's how they rigged the election and won. But that's it. Let's keep talking about dumbass, okay? So, Trump, y'all's president, he started pardoning a whole slew of people last night. Now, the list of people that he pardoned is available. You can go Google it. I want to talk about him pardoning three people in particular because what are we doing? Now, he pardoned NBA YoungBoy. I don't really care, but he pardoned him. And this, I didn't know he was in jail. Is he in jail? I don't keep up with him, but he pardoned Larry Hoover. So excuse me, Trump has commuted the sentence of a notorious former Chicago gang leader, Gangster Disciples founder Larry Hoover, who was serving a life sentence at a prison in Colorado. So he was convicted of a murder in Chicago and then later convicted on several federal charges. So while he will still have to serve the 200 years in jail that he got in the state of Illinois, Trump only got rid of what his 300-year federal sentence. What was the purpose in this, Trump? Tell me what was the purpose in this? You think the niggas is gonna start voting for you because you got Larry Hoover out? Is that what you think? Because let's be real, nobody that is born today is gonna care about that. No 20-year-old is gonna care about that. Why would a judge once called Hoover one of the most notorious criminals in Illinois history, but in recent years, his attorney argued that Hoover, now in his mid 70s, had been rehabilitated. Hoover has been in jail since 1973, I believe. That man been in jail well over 50 years. What was the point in this, Trump? So the argument resonated with Trump, who commuted Hoover's multiple federal life sentences. Now, like I said before, Hoover still faces the remainder of a 200-year state sentence for a 1973 Chicago murder. So while he's been in prison, federal prosecutors said that Hoover um continued to oversee the gang of, the Gangster Disciples, and they said that he was an organizational genius and offered murders, beatings, and drug deals while he was behind bars. He was convicted in 1997 and sentenced to six life sentences in connection with those federal charges. Why? I don't understand why. In addition to Trump pardoning NBA YoungBoy, I heard Moneybag Yo and Larry Hoover, he's letting the Chrisleys asses out of jail. They are out, like they home now. Today, Thursday afternoon, they asses are home, okay? Sitting up with their legs crossed eating a Snickers. So on May 27th, Trump said he planned to pardon reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley, who were convicted in 2022, just 3 years ago, of several counts of fraud and tax evasion involving over $30 million. So Todd was serving a 12-year sentence and Julie was serving 7 years. So they've been let out after 3 years. Send their asses back to jail. What? So their daughter, Savannah Chrisley, a vocal Trump supporter, it all makes sense, has lobbied for their release and has received the news of their pardon in a phone call from Trump himself, okay? You know, I guess it pays to be white sometimes because I feel like instead of you pardoning these people that have done things, why not let out some people that were innocently convicted? Why? Why? So the pardons paved the way for the couple best known for the TV series Chrisley Knows Best to be freed within a couple of hours, and they were. So Todd was released from a minimum security prison camp in Pensacola, and Julie left a facility in Lexington, Kentucky. According to Shannon Sharpe, look at that name, a spokesperson for the couple's attorney. Okay. They said, we just want to get home. We just want to be reunited. Um, their daughter Savannah said, look, my parents have not spoken to each other, heard each other's voices, or seen each other in the past 2.5 years. Okay. While she said this, she wore a bubblegum pink MAGA hat and a Women for Trump matching jacket. Okay. What do y'all think about this? Like, what do y'all think is the purpose of Trump letting them out? So the reason that they're in jail is during their trial, it was said that they spent lavishly on expensive cars, designer clothes, real estate, and travel after taking out fraudulent bank loans worth millions of dollars and hiding their earnings from authorities, okay, tax authorities. Trump said that he believed they got a pretty harsh treatment based on what he heard. So of course we know he don't know shit about it, but according to him, this was harsh. Tax evasion, who cares? Bank fraud, who cares? Let's let him out. This who y'all voted for though. All right, and then Shannon Sharpe. Oh, Shannon. So I have not been really talking about Shannon Sharpe. I don't think I covered any of this stuff. I think I might have done a look at this here about his when he accidentally went live on Instagram live. But other than that, I haven't been talking about Shannon. But last week Shannon decided him and Ocho, they got that podcast together called The Nightcap. They're supposed to be going on tour. Shannon said, look, we ain't gonna go on tour no more. So in a statement that they released on the podcast, okay, on video, Shannon said, we decided to postpone the Nightcap tour. We look forward to seeing you guys in the summer of 2026. Now it's gonna be a year. Sheesh. He said it's going to be even bigger, even better. But Ocho and I have come to the conclusion that this is the best thing as of right now. Was to postpone the tour. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you in 2026. Now, this tour did have tour dates scheduled throughout June and August in cities like Philadelphia, Charlotte, Los Angeles, and Detroit. So why did Ocho do this? I know. Ocho did this because y'all know he's going through all this shit with this woman, okay? So remember he had that $50 million lawsuit that was filed against him in Nevada on April 20th, where he was accused of committing assault, sexual assault, battery, and sexual battery against an unidentified woman, a Jane Doe. So, in the court documents that NBC News obtained, this Jane Doe said that she allegedly met Shannon at a Los Angeles gym when she was 20 years old and he was in his mid 50s. The pair had a rocky consensual relationship over the course of 2 years, during which she alleges that Sharpe inflicted intentional emotional distress. Among other allegations, she accused him of sometimes recording their activities without her consent and then showing the footage to others. Ugh, you too old for that, Shannon. Damn. She has also accused him of becoming increasingly controlling during the final months of their relationship, including once allegedly telling her, I will effing take you out. Y'all know the words. When he noticed that she was trying to share her location with some friends out of concern. Now, we've heard all of these recordings and clips and all that type of stuff that has come out of this. Like, here's my thing. Here's my take on Shannon. What I think happened with Shannon is, y'all know Shannon Sharpe had the podcast Club Shay Shay. And he was popping, right? People were going on. It was great. Cat Williams went on there last year, I want to say January or February, and Cat Williams, as people like to say, opened the portal, opened the vortex, whatever you want to say. And he made so much money off that interview. He got big, he blew up. Everybody was talking about Shannon Sharpe. Y'all know we get paid on YouTube. So Shannon made some money from that particular video. And what I think happened is Shannon was making so much money from that he kept trying to chase that high, right? Because we would see him bring on very controversial people hoping to get that same um reaction that the Cat Williams video got. He brought on Amanda Seals. He brought on Monique. Like, he's bringing on these people that are quote unquote controversial, that don't have the best with the with the audience. You know, people, we feel the way about these people. And Shannon brought those people onto that podcast chasing that next high, that next big video, and he never got it. I think Shannon started feeling himself a little bit too much. Why is your old, crusty 50-year-old ass even interested in a 21 or 20-year-old white girl? What do y'all have in fucking common, Shannon? You had no business being with that girl. Let's be very, very clear about that. But whatever. So now you're not only playing with your money, but you playing with Ocho's money. And we all know Ocho is cheap. He's a very proud, cheap person. How long before the nightcap itself just dissolves? Because if I'm Ocho, now I gotta look at you as like, now you're playing with my money. Ocho got all them damn kids. Ocho got kids on kids on kids that he takes care of. How long am I gonna want to be linked to you, Shannon, when every story that comes out about you is not good? Not good in the least bit. Let me know what you guys thought about these three topics. Elon, Trump, and Shannon. I will be back. I want to talk Offset and Cardi, and maybe I'll do Stefan Diggs. We can do a swoop, a big grouping of it. Man, we're over 20 minutes. But let me know what you guys thought about this video, about these topics. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.